Hey guys, Short Midget here. I'm going to be doing a tabletop review on this P226. Now it's about half and half. It is half KJW, half WE. So this is going to be, I'll be talking about both just to give you kind of a perspective on which one you might want to buy. The KJWs retail for about $120, I believe, $130, and the P226 are like $75, $80. So, this is my opinion. I would recommend to go out and buy a P226, unless you plan on using your pistol for a long period of time. If you plan on using your pistol as a primary sometimes, or if you just love shooting people really far off, I would recommend a KJW. Now, that's not to say that the hop-up's junk on the WE, because I have a WE hop-up in this, and it is freaking amazing. But I would recommend getting a Sig Sauer replica P226 by KJW with the CO2 mag, because my P226 propane mag did not function very well due to a few reasons. But I got a KJW CO2 magazine here a few days ago, and it is fantastic. This magazine, I didn't count how many rounds it holds, but I think it's around 25. It's very nice because you can load it down here. Also, I took the base plate off. Didn't really care for it. I will be chronoing this gun during this video, but I have shot about almost 3 magazines through this CO2 cannon here. So it'll probably run out during this video, but I'll try to get a few shots through the chrono anyways. Yeah, so features about the pistol, not rifle, pistol. Across the board, this is pretty much how both P226 and KJWs are. But my lower is KJW, so it's matte black. The original P226 was this, kind of a grayish. I do like the finish on this a lot better, the P226. The KJW is a little glossy, but I'm not going to take the time to swap it out. Nope, I'm not. Also, one thing that's pretty cool is that the KJW does have SIG Arms trademarks, but Cal 6mm kind of takes away from it. On the grip, Sig Sauer, these are KJW grips, P226, the W come with F226, and say SEAL Team 6, which I think is stupid. Just weird. As far as the features on the frame, you have a magazine release, which you can actually swap to the other side. If you are a left-handed shooter, you can actually switch it to the other side without buying a new one. So in a way, it is ambidextrous, not out of the box, but you can make it. Decocker over here, so when it is cocked, push it down, it'll decock it into the kind of second stage double action. And then your slide lock is right here. Now the stock WE and the stock KJW come with steel slide locks and steel decockers and steel trigger bar on the inside. So all three of those parts are steel across the board between those two. This one I think is a P226 in here, but it is steel. As far as the decocker, that is one flaw on these guns. They break. My P226 original one broke. This KJW one is holding up, and I have a spare KJW one, so no big deal. Now, this trigger right here is a P226. Okay, so this is not a the KJW. I have 3 triggers. This one and 2 KJWs, and actually an SY Tactical. Same with the hammer. I have two KJW hammers, 1 P226 hammer, and 1 SY Tactical. And I think it would be cool to actually put the P226 hammer in here, the gray hammer, to give it even more of a two-tone. But I'm not about to take this apart and do that. I don't like working on these pistols. They're pretty confusing. There's lots of little parts and stuff. So, I mean, like I said, decocker and slide lock are not ambidextrous, but this one is kind of up here, a lot closer, which I know a lot of people want to put their hand up here, and you can actually, as far as firing the real gun, you can actually prevent the slide from locking back by putting your hand up here, your finger, your thumb, more specifically. My brother, not to call him out or anything, well, to call him out actually, he does that a lot with the SIG P229 that we shoot often. He puts his thumb up there and it doesn't lock back, and it just goes click. I don't think I've ever done it, but it does feel much more comfortable to put it up there. It's not that the gun's failing, it's just the design. You got to get used to that. But they do make aftermarket grips. The slide here is WeTech Gray. I did chip it back here by dropping it when I was fielding it, but it's not cracked. It's not, you know, breaking any further. It's just chipped off. Back here you have a, in the slide you actually have a firing pin, fake firing pin, which is pretty cool. The KJW doesn't have that, so that's a plus that the WeTechs have. You have the white dot sights. WeTechs and KJWs have those. Again, the gray WE slide. The teardown is simple. You just push this forward. That's it. Pull your slide forward. As far as the internals on the slide, I have a steel spring guide with 2 spacers, and the stock WeTech spring is very powerful. Stock nozzle, an SY Tactical barrel, which I need to get a WE one because this one's not very good. So I'm looking to get one of those here soon. But they're cheap, just an outer barrel. Again, steel spring guide. Hop-up wheel I actually glued in place with .25s. My BBs are starting to drop at about 120 feet. It's more like 110, but it is ridiculous. This thing is shooting absolute lasers. And the hop-up barrel and bucking is all broken in. And I cleaned it and I shot it. Man, it's shooting lasers outside. So I love it. As far as the frame, everything in here is KJW except for the trigger. And I'm not sure what company makes this slide lock. It might be the stock WeTech or the KJW. It might even be the SY Tactical, but it is steel. I have a spare trigger bars. You know, I have 2 spare trigger bars. I have a bunch of spare parts for this. The knocker in here is also faulty. They break frequently. My WeTech broke and the KJW broke. So as far as that, they seem to be about the same quality. So that's why I do recommend the WeTech, because it's a lot cheaper. Alright, so let's go into chrono this bad boy. 0.25 gram BBs and CO2, which again is scary low. 2.5s. I don't even know if I'll be able to get a reading off of this because I shot this a lot today. That bounced right back through there. 281, so it locked back when it was not supposed to. I've had issues with that here with this gun. 279, I don't even know if you guys can see that. That's pretty good. Now, that's with 2.5s. And out of the box, it was getting just a little bit above this with propane. So with CO2, with 0.2s. So the FPS went up about 40. 280, 283, 280, 281, 278.9. So very consistent. As far as the drop, CO2 is a lot better for dropping in FPS. It doesn't, you know, propane fluctuates a lot more. This kind of just CO2 fluctuates a little bit more. Propane just, and green gas just consistently drops, and that's not good. So let's go and shoot this. I do have a Serpa holster for this. I forgot to bring that down here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of this mag really quick. It'll probably run out. I've had a little bit of an issue with the slide locking back when it's not supposed to. It's done that like almost every time. I pull it out, load it up, put the mag in, and I get one lock back when I'm trying to chrono. And then it doesn't happen again until it's out of ammo. So I'm not sure what that is. I've actually had to work on it a little bit. A lot of the issue was the slide lock tab needed to be bent, so maybe it just needs to kind of wear in. And also, when you have a BB in your chamber, this is kind of cool. I like this. When you have a BB in your chamber and you want to check, and I have BB in there, all you have to do is just dump the BB out, like that, and it'll fall out. So you don't have to take your mag out and then release it forward. So, let's go and shoot it. So, I mean, there we go. Went through it, locked back when it was supposed to. So it works pretty well. The only issue I'm having with it, like I said, is that it locks back sometimes when it's not supposed to. I don't know what's up with that. I couldn't tell you. I'm going to go ahead and put some more ammo through this and see if it happens again. There's like bunch of BBs on the floor, but I don't want to use those, so I'm going to throw some of these 36s in there. I'm going to fill the mag all the way up and see if when it's all the way full, if I have an issue. I think it's just when I first shoot it, it's such high pressure that it kind of rocks the magazine back and forth and then hits one of the BBs, the follower hits it, or not the follower, but the slide lock, and then it thinks it's empty. It's empty. It's running out of gas though. So that cycling where it was kind of dying there, that's what would happen on my propane magazine after about 15 shots. And that happened after about 100 shots probably. So, man, I love this thing. Got a Serpa for it. I will probably use it this weekend, this Saturday. I'm having some friends over to do a 2v3, so I'll probably use this on my hip. What I'll probably do is use one of my gas blowbacks, because the guy I bought this MOSFET and gearbox shell from hasn't even sent my stuff yet. He hasn't even sent it. So I can't get that AEG working. And you're probably wondering, why do you want to use your AEG and use this? Well, the rig that I use is a belt rig, okay, with this in the holster and then a JPC for my AEG loadout. But then my gas blowback loadout is a different, it's a Condor belt rig with a harness. So the only place to put this pistol is my emergency mag pouch back here, where I normally keep my Stanag, and then I keep 4 Vietnam mags here and 1 in my rifle. So I'll probably just run this pistol back in that emergency pouch, or I won't even take this with me. I'll just keep shooting in the backyard. I don't know. It's freaking amazing though. I mean, playing 2v3, I won't need a sidearm to pull out, but it might be cool. I might just use it by itself and just take a speed loader with me and just load it up once it's empty, because it's shooting really well. So if you have any questions, just ask. Again, this is kind of pertaining both pistols. I recommend them both, but if you're on a budget, just go buy a WheatTech. But man, if you like the trademarks or the name brand type thing, go get a KJW. But don't buy the KWA. The KWA is twice as much as a WheatTech. You can get 2 WheatTech P226s for 1 KWA. I don't understand that. I have a friend that bought one at KWA, and I was like, dude, you could have bought 2 WheatTechs for the price of 1 KWA. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I do recommend the WE. If you're looking for a P226, stick with the WE and KJW and TM. Don't go with the KWA. That's just my opinion. I have 2 friends that have them, and one of them I cleaned for this one guy, one of my friends. I cleaned it for him, lubricated it for him, and actually shot pretty well. And then another friend got one brand new, and I actually shot his, and it was actually doing all right, but it only had like 50 rounds through it. So that's 50 rounds. Could have a lot of issues through the days. So if you have any questions, again, just ask.